A traumatic brain injury, or TBI, is an injury that affects how the brain works. Hi, my name is Krystal Decker. My accident was February 23rd, 2007. When I was approached by our virtual support coordinator at Riley, I thought of using the story in 2016 for a book with survivors all over the world, but realized I couldn't because things have changed. As we know, no two injuries are exactly the same. As time goes on, symptoms come and go, at least for me. Over the past 18 months, I haven't had many symptoms because, well, I've been forced into the role of caregiving as well as having a brain injury. So I haven't really paid attention to my symptoms all that much. Plus, with the pandemic, I'm mostly stuck at home, so I'm not doing too much. I just need to learn better time management. The symptoms I used to have were memory problems, but now I use my phone calendar to make sure I'm on Zoom at the right time. A whiteboard to know whose dishes it is. Okay, so maybe agitation from caregiving, and I've had a hearing aid since I was 16. One of the takeaways I mentioned from the story I mentioned earlier was don't give up on your dreams. I had many, but they simply got modified over time. And look at me now. I actually finished going to school and got a degree as a community service worker. I may not work in the field, but I wasn't going to have anyone stop me from trying to find a career where I was helping people. Another thing I want people to know or do is don't give up on the things you love to do. You love reading? Read to your heart's content. Love crafting? Go for it. Always be an advocate for yourself, but also let others help you when they can. At the same time, don't let them downplay symptoms if you think it's worth letting doctors know. I will say that those with brain injuries have a lot to give within their communities, whether it's going whether it's through having a paid job or even volunteering. A lot of my work experience has been volunteer work. I've had a few paying jobs and would love to work if the conditions were right. No standing for long hours as long as I'm walking around, the foot pain isn't bad. Certain lights might be a problem. Headaches have become a normal everyday thing, not every single day, but often enough. Frequent breaks, or at least allow me to schedule the break at the right time, knowing the exact schedule and not last minute things. I like to know exactly what I'm doing, especially if I need to prepare. So having a job where I was on call wasn't for me. With only a few days to prepare a speech, time myself speaking, then possibly filming, I decided to ask my former personal trainer, now friend, who helped a lot after my mom was hospitalized, about what she thinks one of my symptoms could be. She did say staying on task. I talk too much, so sometimes we wouldn't get the exact reps in that we needed when I was able to go to the gym. Accountability was another thing she pointed out. I've not had many professionals like occupational therapists or speech language therapy because those weren't needed, but I've seen a psychologist consistently since 2012, working through the problems that arise in therapy using cognitive behavioral therapy and other techniques along the way. I realize, and I said in the beginning, I don't have symptoms, but as I write the speech, I see that there are some. These things come and go, and I'm just so used to them that I don't recognize them as symptoms. I think one of the more prominent physical symptoms that I've noticed is the lack of smell. At times, I can smell certain things, but not always, even though I had no surgery. So, a quote that sums up brain injury is not all wounds are visible.